What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are getting on with putting these MK6 GTI seats into the Rabbit. You can see those brackets showed up from SendCutSend. I've also got another unboxing for us too, which should be a nice addition to the interior on this thing. So we'll get to that in a little bit. First thing I want to do though, unbox these brackets and give them a quick coat of paint. So I didn't opt for any finishing on these. They're just raw mild steel. So I'll clean them up, give them a test fit, throw some paint on them. We can get these seats in the Rabbit, and the finishing touch will be that nice surprise at the end for you. So let's get on with it. Very happy to report that the brackets bolt up perfectly. Pretty cool that all my measurements and templates worked out super accurately. Picked up some new bolts from the hardware store today. The only thing I need to do is trim right here on the frame so the bolt for this nut will clear. The other thing I've done too is you'll see I've spaced out the back bolt a little bit, and that's just to level the seat out when it's sat in the car. So now I've confirmed they fit. I can pull them off, I can paint them, I can trim the corners to clear the bolts, and then I just need to bolt the seat belt receiver on the little tab there. So let's get on with that. Okay, let's take stock of quickly where we're at. The paint on the brackets is drying. You saw I notched the seat frames just to recess for that bolt right there. Came out pretty clean. I pulled the seat out so I could get the seatbelt receiver off of the factory seat and bolted to the seat frame right there. What else? Oh, I already went to the hardware store once today to pick up bolts. I've needed zip ties for like 6 months right now. Every time I go to the hardware store, I forget to buy zip ties. So let's jump in the RS3, buzz down to the hardware store, get some zip ties so I can zip tie those wires up underneath the seat from the old, well, it connects to the airbag harness and the heated seat harness in the GTI. And by the time we get back, the paint should have dried. We can put this all together and put it in the car. So let's go. So I did feel like things were going a little bit too smoothly, and I did hit my first roadblock. And it's not to do with the brackets are good, the base is bolting up just fine. It is to do with the seatbelt receiver. And let me show you what I mean, if I can find the damn thing that I put down. So the seatbelt has to bolt somewhere on the side of the bracket, but this section here, that's solid, that's all steel, and you can see it's offset by about 1 inch, and so there's no way to like get that on without it bending. So gonna have to brainstorm a little bit, come up with something. I think long-term solution is gonna be to make another bracket that will bolt properly. But for now, I think I can get some combination of bolt, nut, and washer that'll at least get it working, and then I can come back, redesign a little bracket. Okay, think I figured something out that's gonna work temporarily. Let me show you what I figured out. So, I got a long bolt, I got a nut here, it's like a lock nut to kind of attach the seatbelt receiver to the head of the nut, then 2 more nuts to kind of sandwich the bolt with enough clearance where it doesn't interfere with the rail. Now, I don't want to guess what the shear strength of that bolt is. I'm not super happy with it, but it's going to work temporarily until I can design a bracket that's going to mount that seatbelt receiver nice and securely to the seat frame. So let's get back on with bolting this frame in, getting it in the car. Okay, problem number 2. That extended bolt that holds the seatbelt receiver on hits the tunnel, like the transmission tunnel if you call it. Let me show you. So you can see right here, it's hitting, which won't allow the seat to fully slide into the rail. So I'm gonna have to take a second here, really think about this, see if I can get it to work. Okay, option number 2, bolt it to the bottom of the frame, a little bit further inboard, and this cable has some bend to it, so we'll see if that's enough to clear the transmission tunnel. It's in! It's finally in. Let's take a look. All right, I feel like we had some success. Passenger side is in for good. Let's move on to the driver's side. Hopefully it won't take so long. Okay, both seats are in. The driver's side went much smoother than the passenger side. Dropped right in. Here, check this out. All right, I said I had one more surprise for you that's really gonna finish off this interior. If you peep the thumbnail, you may see what it is. Let's unbox it, get it in the Rabbit. So we have a custom OMP deep dish wheel with perforated leather and yellow stitching and I think it just finishes off this interior with those seats. I am so happy with how it turned out. Way better than I thought it would. There is only one more thing left to do. Take this thing for a rip, see how it feels. Let's go. Totally different with this wheel and this seat. So much different. Doesn't it feel different though?
Yeah.
Like, even in the passenger seat.
It's like a different car.
It feels like you're like in the car. It feel like you sat on some bench like your entire life. Okay folks, I'm gonna wrap this one up there. I hope you had as much fun watching this one as I did making it. I am super stoked about how this interior came out. Way better than I thought it would. Big shout out to S&P Automotive for the seat brackets. Shout out to SendCutSend for those brackets. Real quick, those brackets, 4 brackets cost me $68 and the design fees cost me $49. So between the brackets and the seat bases, I'm into those seats, what, like $300, $350. If you ask me, that's a pretty good deal. If you're enjoying the content, give me a like, hit that subscribe button. Tune in next time where we'll be doing some kind of driveline, suspension, performance mods. They're in the mail, they're on the way. See you next time.